Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Did you miss us?
I missed us.
I know. It's Irv.
And Ann.
And welcome to another edition of Love Talks with the Garcons. So, as you guys can see from the title of this video, what to do when needs change. It's a new...
And not to do if needs change.
It's when.
When.
It's inevitable. It's unprecedented.
Unprecedented?
Whatever. I'm not from here. So, what do you do when needs change? Because that is something you cannot avoid in a relationship or in a marriage. And in the context, the fact that we are in a new year also brings new challenges. And
it also brings newness of character, newness of behaviors, newness of perspective, newness of priorities, newness of wants and needs.
It's a new year and things are changing, and you can expect for people to change as well. So what happens when those needs change?
Yeah. I mean, I can think back to what I was when we first started dating. From dating to being engaged to getting married, I was 3 whole different people. So my needs when I was 20 are not my needs now that we got together in 2000. We got engaged in 2005.
We got married in 2006.
Got married in 2006.
So yeah, and now it's 2021.
You can testify. My needs have been changing.
I've remained the same. I personally think I haven't changed much.
Well, you don't really express your needs as much as I do, because I feel like women are more, vocal about, what they need. Yeah. So I don't think it's been a spoken thing, but I feel like it definitely has changed.
I think also part of it is the fact that as a man, you tend to be macho and not be very vulnerable.
And that's a whole nother topic for a whole different video.
No, but
we need to talk about that
in the context of when I sit down and really evaluate myself, I don't have many needs. I'm very low key. I'm very even killed in that sense. And I don't know why that is. Again, it could be the fact that I'm a man, male gender, but I'm not not calling my wife that. I'm not a very needy person.
Call me that, I'm needy.
Well, in that case, the shorty is mad needy, bro.
So you would lie to the people because now you're going to say I'm mad needy?
I mean, I was trying to spare your feelings, But so what happened? What do you do when your mate's needs change?
The first thing you need to do when your mate's needs change, you gotta accept it. Accept that it's a part of life.
Yeah.
Accept that it's going to happen. And even for those of you who are not married, don't go into a relationship thinking that the person is going to be that way forever. Like, I don't think that's fair to someone who is evolving, to someone who is growing, to someone who is going through maturity, to expect them to be one way forever, or to even be upset when they do express that they have different needs.
The word that you just said, evolving, that's one thing I was thinking about, because we are constantly evolving. And not just because we want to. Sometimes life just happens and it causes you to shift in the area of need.
Or even if think of the love languages. Yeah. Maybe before I was a words of affirmation type of person, but now I've gotten to a place where I just really need you to touch me. Physical touch.
But my wife don't like the way I touch her, because when I touch her, it's always boom chicka wow wow, boom chicka wow wow, boom chicka wow wow, boom chicka.
Let's say, stop, babe. Let's say, oh, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say, bro?
She's still on that.
This is what I was gonna say. Don't get too comfortable with your person being a certain way, because you don't want to get too used to that. And then when it changes, you're oblivious to how to cater to those changes.
Another way you could address Another way you can address the change in need is you can embrace it.
Yes.
And embrace is a little bit different than accept. Accepting, you're almost like settling for what the person is bringing to the table. Settle sounds like a dirty word, but I don't mean in a negative connotation. It basically has to do with
kind of like you validate it.
Yeah, you're
right?
validating the person and you're tolerating what they're bringing to the table. It could definitely be annoying at first, to be honest with you.
It could. There are frustrations that may come along with it.
And that's why it's important what Ann said when Ann talked about how you have to have that expectation in your mind that that person may change. Their need
They're going to switch up any moment.
for shizzle. But when you embrace something, the difference between embracing and accepting, it's almost like there's a willingness to accept the change. And you build up to that. You take it, you receive it almost enthusiastically, right? As weird as it sounds. And the way you get to that point is basically by forming new habits. Like practice bring forth new habits, and new habits bring forth new character. I just made that up just now.
You welcome it. You welcome it. If I come to you and I say, babe, the way you did that before, I'm not feeling it. I think I need you to do it this way now.
New positions?
But why does it always have to go back to that? It doesn't have to, that doesn't have to be. Maybe the way you wash the dishes is not the way I like it anymore.
It's a corny example.
So like, honestly, with the love languages, because that was me when I said the example before. I still am a person that needs words of affirmation, but before I wasn't the physical touch type of person. Like I did like physical touching, but I didn't need it. You know what I mean? I liked the cuddling, I liked the togetherness or whatever, but I didn't need it. I feel like later on down the line, as I evolved and my needs started to change, physical touch became one of the top that I really needed. And so I had to be able to express that to you. Now that it's something that I feel like I need, you now have to develop that habit of providing those needs. You know what I mean?
Here's the problem, and this is where it gets really difficult. The way Ann is articulating it sounds very chorish. It could come across like very chorish, like, damn, I ain't trying, that's something, you gotta. It's not a matter of what you're saying. I just want to make sure that the interpretation is right. Because I know how Ann communicate and I understand what she's saying.
Okay, so how else can you say it?
It has to be more organic than that.
Right? But this is what I'm saying. Yes, you do want it to be organic, but in the beginning, it may not be organic.
I would say, okay,
language?
Now that you know this is what my needs are, we have to work together on how we're going to accomplish it. If I tell you, okay, Ann, right now, my need is acts of service. You got to make sure you're doing things as acts of service. Mm-hmm. How does that sound to you?
Sound good. All right, we need to insert this into it. I want to keep that, but now the way you said it, I want us to kind of fix that.
I know my wife and I know what she means, but I don't want it to come across a different type of way to you, our audience, the people who are watching. Because it could sound very robotic and very orderish and very militarian, what she's saying. It becomes very bossy-ish, and that's not what she's trying to say. I think over the course of conversation, when the person is telling you how they are, it's a matter of finding common ground on how you're going to meet those needs.
How can we work together?
How can you work together as a unit? Yeah.
Yeah. What are some things that we can now put in place to make it easier for you to accommodate those needs, or for me to accommodate those needs, right? So it's more of like a togetherness.
You're living the wiggle room that the wording might be a little bit misunderstood and misconstrued, and try to find a common ground definition, explanation to what is being articulated, so it doesn't just come across like somebody's bossing you around.
Finally, what can we do? You got to support it. Now that I've communicated, right, in a very graceful way that these are some of the things that I need now, how I'm just evolving. Now we got to support one another. We have to support those different changes. And they may not even be just changes. They may be additions, right?
Yeah.
Because like I said before, I was a words of affirmation person. That didn't go out the window. I just added on to what I needed.
You know what just came in my mind? During the pandemic, Anne has developed a lot of entrepreneurial / goal-oriented endeavors that beforehand she wasn't doing before. Shameless plug. She's written a book.
I didn't tell him.
I know, but I am. That's why I say shameless plug. She's done music. She has a new endeavor working with kids on Zoom platform. She's doing vocal lessons. So there's a lot of things she has undertaken. So pop quiz. What kind of need do you think she may have? That requires my acceptance, my embracing, and my support. Right? So what do you think I need to adjust to make sure to help her accomplish some of those things? So it doesn't always have to be something emotional. It could be something endeavoral.
Don't say that word, babe.
Like an endeavor.
No.
I'm trying to make it. Entrepreneurial.
Okay, entrepreneurial.
Yeah. So that's another example of it. So need
That was a
doesn't.
great example.
Thank you. So a need.
We didn't plan that one.
Yeah, we didn't. So a need doesn't have to be in just one context as relates to relationship. So it could even be in that context of business pursuit and things of that nature. So
Yes.
you have to make sure you are willing to support, embrace, and accept.
Nope. Embrace.
Well, there's no real order.
Accept.
Is it? Well,
Yeah. You can't support if you don't accept it.
That's true.
So you gotta accept it.
And you support it better
And you
once you
embrace
support it better once you've embraced it. So yeah, guys. So this is what we had for you as our first video in this new year.
Woohoo.
What to do when we change. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share it with 5 people.
That's all we asking. Just
That's all we ask for. Thank you for watching.
Just